Thanks to the incredible work of the Derby Beach Marine Association, comprised of local residents from Silver Sands and fisher stakeholders from the Derby Beach Co-op at Fisherman's Beach, to bring this project to life, we have completed a year-long pilot coral restoration project, the first of its kind for Trelawney. Although we were looking at a near extinction for these species at the start of the year before we began this project, after 1 year, we've now found 65 individual colonies of these corals throughout Trelawney, having surveyed 32 kilometers in search of them, and have backed them all up on our coral farm out on the main reef, which is tucked inside the shoal. Here we are mass cloning them to essentially reverse the alley effects that would otherwise result in their populations crashing entirely. This is something we have to avoid, because to no longer prioritize preserving this species would be to abandon the goal of restoring ecosystem function, because these are the corals which built the reef's foundational structure. In some cases, we've found corals with as little as a few centimeters of live remaining tissue. This is something we're relieved to say that we've since duplicated, and we're now cultivating around 2,000 clones. The fact that our project saw almost 100% survival after Hurricane Melissa felt like nothing short of a miracle. And because of that, we can't stop now. Especially as it's because of climate-related phenomena like increasingly frequent and stronger storms that conservation and nature-based solutions are more important than ever. Experiments are now underway to start grafting some of these corals back onto the reef to start regenerating some coral cover. Our team has grown this year to include 1 full-time research lead, 2 local ambassadors from the Derby Beach fishing community as coral gardeners, and 1 University of the West Indies marine biology graduate as a full-time research assistant, as well as multiple stakeholders from the Derby Beach fishing community providing services, collaborating in the capacity of boat captains, for example. In 2026, we're looking to grow our team of fisherfolk to produce not only more coral farmers, but also reef gardeners with the ability to remove competitive algae from the reef that dominates our reefs nowadays, so we can now start reseeding the degraded reefscape with corals and filling the gaps, so to speak, with a wide variety of corals that can be expected to withstand climate change and attract fish. It doesn't stop there. As the committee continues to explore the possibility of establishing a no-take fishing zone in the waters off Silver Sands to alleviate the pressure of overfishing, we'll begin the process to bolster herbivore populations, primarily by ranching sea urchins at priority sites, as these keystone grazers can be expected to control the algae and much more. But we can't do any of it without you, so we really hope that over the holidays you get to see some of what we've accomplished, and if you're not already a sponsor, we hope you can join the committee to support this project as it transitions from its pilot stage into a second year. Coral reefs are the fastest disappearing ecosystems on Earth, and it's incredibly important for us to be able to say that we're actively working to restore ours and reverse this trajectory and offer such a rare gem in an increasingly nature-depleted world. And of course, if we don't protect the reefs, we lose the beach too. In fact, that reef is of course some of the most important home insurance for those of us who live and work along the coast. We don't just have a beautiful beach. There's life out there at sea on the reef for us to enjoy too, on which our local fishing communities' livelihoods also depend.